Most people believe scams only work on stupid people. They imagine someone careless, desperate, or uninformed, someone who should have known better. But history tells a very different story. Some of the biggest scams in the world fooled bankers, engineers, doctors, investors, and even entire governments. These weren't uneducated people. They had degrees, experience, and intelligence. Many of them were experts in their own fields. And here's the most shocking part. It wasn't one unique scam. It was the same pattern, repeated again and again. Different countries, different decades, different technologies, but the same human mistakes. So today, we're asking a dangerous question, one that makes people uncomfortable. How did smart people fall for the same stupid scam every single time?
Here is an uncomfortable truth. Intelligence does not protect you from scams. In some cases, it actually makes people more vulnerable. Smart people trust their judgment. They believe they can spot problems early. They assume scams are obvious and easy to detect. That confidence feels like protection, but it often lowers their guard. Scams don't target ignorance. They target human behavior. They exploit emotions that exist in everyone: ego, fear, greed, and social pressure. These traits don't disappear with education or experience. In fact, high-status environments often amplify them. The most successful scams never look like scams. They look like opportunities. They look like innovations. They sound like ideas that are too smart for ordinary people to understand. That illusion makes people feel special for being included. When someone believes they're too smart to be fooled, they stop asking basic questions. And the moment questioning stops, the scam has already won. That's why scams don't survive on stupidity. They survive on confidence. Across history, almost every major scam follows the same predictable pattern. First comes a simple, powerful story. The idea is easy to explain, sounds logical, and feels modern. People think, this makes sense. Why didn't I see this earlier? Simplicity creates comfort. Next comes early proof. A small group makes money. Success stories appear. Testimonials spread. This creates social proof. If others are benefiting, the idea must be real. At least that's how the brain interprets it. Then authority enters. Big names get involved. Celebrities, experts, institutions, or respected professionals. At this stage, doubt feels embarrassing. Questioning feels like ignorance. After that comes urgency. This won't last. You must act now. Only a few spots left. Time pressure shuts down critical thinking. People act emotionally, not rationally. Finally comes denial. Warning signs appear. Critics speak up. But by now, people are invested, financially and emotionally. Admitting doubt would mean admitting a mistake. So instead of leaving, they double down. This pattern hasn't changed for centuries. Let's look at real examples where intelligent people fell for the same pattern. In the 1600s Netherlands, tulip bulbs became insanely valuable, not because they were useful, but because everyone believed prices would keep rising. Wealthy merchants, educated traders, and financial elites all participated. Tulips were traded like gold, until one day, demand vanished. Prices collapsed overnight. Same pattern, different century. Centuries later, Bernie Madoff ran one of the largest financial scams in history. His investors included banks, hedge funds, and financial professionals. Many suspected something was wrong, but they stayed silent. The returns looked stable. Others trusted him, and nobody wanted to be the person who didn't get it. The scam lasted decades. More recently, we've seen similar cycles in technology and crypto hype. New ideas appear, wrapped in buzzwords like revolutionary and the future. Some innovations are real, many are not. But smart people invest early, not because they fully understand the risk, but because everyone else seems convinced. Different forms, same psychology. Here's the key insight. Scams don't succeed because people are stupid. They succeed because people are human. Smart people are especially vulnerable for a few reasons. First is overconfidence. They believe they can exit before things go wrong. They think they're early, alert, and in control. Second is social pressure. No one wants to look foolish in front of peers, colleagues, or competitors. Silence feels safer than skepticism. Third is confirmation bias. Once someone believes in an idea, they search for information that supports it and ignore anything that challenges it. The brain protects the belief. Finally, there's the sunk cost fallacy. The more time, money, or reputation invested, the harder it becomes to walk away. Leaving feels like failure. At that point, logic stops driving decisions. Emotion takes over. And emotion doesn't care about facts, it only cares about protecting the ego. That's why intelligence alone isn't enough. Awareness of human psychology matters far more. Avoiding scams doesn't require being smarter, it requires being calmer. Instead of asking, "How much can I make?" ask different questions. Is the story overly simple compared to the promised rewards? Are people discouraging questions or criticism? Is urgency being used to rush decisions? Pay attention to how criticism is handled. In healthy systems, criticism is answered with evidence. In scams, criticism is mocked, attacked, or ignored. Watch for unusually consistent returns. Real markets fluctuate. Consistency can be a warning sign. Most importantly, notice emotional pressure. Scams thrive on speed. Questions slow things down. That's why scammers hate questions. They rely on momentum, not understanding. If you feel rushed, flattered, or afraid of missing out, pause. Those emotions are signals, not opportunities. Scams collapse when people stop reacting and start thinking. The biggest lie people tell themselves is this: "I'm too smart to fall for that." That belief is exactly how scams win. History doesn't repeat because people are stupid. It repeats because human psychology doesn't change. Fear, greed, ego, and social pressure operate the same way across centuries. Different names, different technologies, same emotions. The real lesson isn't to avoid every new idea or opportunity. It's to stay humble. To accept that intelligence doesn't make anyone immune. Awareness does. So the next time something sounds incredible, too smooth, too perfect, too urgent, remember this: smart people have fallen for it before. And that's exactly why it works. If this helped you understand how scams really work, like the video, subscribe for more simple money stories, and comment, what modern scam do you think people will regret later?